All right, let's just off the rip. Let's get it. Jake Paul, if you're going to challenge Nate Diaz, how about you challenge him to a UFC match? Straight up. Have your first match, if you're not scared, UFC style, instead of trying to box. And then from there, let's see what you can do. Now, Nate Diaz is kind of retired. He's did a lot of battle. And you're boxing all these old boxers. Why don't you do this and have a real UFC match as your starter match? And if you can do this, you have a UFC match with my homie again, Tyrone Woodson. Because my thing is, you won the boxing match, but if it was a UFC match, do you think it would have went the same? Nah, not Tyrone Woodley, excuse me. No, sir. No, it would not be the same. If you fought him in a UFC match, sir, the outcome would not have been the same like that. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. You already did the boxing thing. I didn't even know you did that, I guess. But now you called out Nate Diaz. You're preparing. Beat Nate Diaz in a UFC style match. Off the rip, I'll start giving you respect. Off the rip. Because remember, that's what I'm saying. Fight them in their game. If you beat Nate Diaz, no, real talk, you beat Nate Diaz, I'm gonna do a whole blog in a UFC style match. Respect's going on your name immediately. Okay? And then from there, you just ramp up. You rebattle Tyrone Woodley in a UFC style match. And once you beat him, I'm gonna let them know he's the real deal. That's my word. I'm gonna let them know that. If you can beat Tyrone Woodley in a UFC style match, I will give my props. You get that. I don't know if you're gonna do it. Nate Diaz would be the best start for a UFC match. As someone who's a connoisseur of fighting, as you are, you know exactly what I mean. He would be the best start. It would send a message that radiates throughout all sports, from the UFC style ones to boxing. People gonna stop playing with your name after you do that. Sir, you do that, they gonna stop playing with your name. I tell you that right now. My word, I'm gonna give respect. My word, I'm gonna do updates daily on every time you guys release something. And once you enter in information, I'm gonna have it out. You got my word on that. But I don't know what's gonna trigger this. You're gonna trigger showing that you're to the cause of what I'm saying. If you fight Nate Diaz UFC style, that's gonna say, okay, I'm like, all right, Jake's in it for real. My word to the community. All rights reserved.